This excellent 6-mile walk starts from a good parking spot at the highest point on the Fell Road, and we head north along a well-defined cart track to Buck Barrow, dropping down to pick up another good path northeast to Whitfell, and then heading back we branch off southwest to Burn Moor. Then heading back south we take in Kinmont Buck Barrow before returning to the car. At long last we had some decent paths on an outlying fell. And on this glorious October day, we were ready to lose ourselves in the fells. The fell has 2 tops, and if you make for the lower and nearer one, you can get in a small scramble. You're then greeted with the excellent second and highest summit of Buck Barrow. And once again on an outlying fell, we are greeted with spectacular views, something that no longer surprises us. This is Buck Barrow, bag and tag.
Right.
One. Really lovely view. After a short but fairly difficult drop down over some boulders, you eventually find a path which will take you all the way to Whitfell. here we are at Whitfell Bag and Tag. The fell top has an excellent cairn shelter and of course the familiar trig pillar, and the views are just wonderful. In his book, Wainwright states that Whitfell is a superb viewpoint, a panorama including the Dutton and Esk estuaries, the Isle of Man, the coastal plain to St Bees Head, and an uninterrupted range of peaks with the Pillar, Scafell, Bowfell and Coniston groups well displayed. We could have sat there for several hours enjoying those views, but unfortunately I can only take just so many of Dave's jokes. Apart from a view of Black Combe through Buck Barrow and Kinmont Buck Barrow, there's not much to say about this rather grassy and boring fell, and Wainwright only suggests doing it merely for a variation of the route. To add a little excitement to the fell, however, we decided to take in the western cairn along the ridge. Do be aware, if you take Wainwright's advice as we did and make direct for Kinmont Buck Barrow, you will encounter lots of peat hags through tough, tufted grass, and it's very wet indeed with no paths visible whatsoever. The short, strength-sapping trudge is well worth the effort as you look seaward over the Irish Sea to the Isle of Man, something Wainwright describes, and we agree, as delightful. As we skirted round the south side of Great Paddy Crag, both Dave and I agreed that for an outlying fell route this was very pleasant indeed, certainly well worth doing. after a fitting end to a very enjoyable day, we head off back to our white shay at Wasdale. I hope you enjoy the walk if you decide to do it, and we'll see you out there.